All right. Today we are going to do what? Construct segments and angles and their bisectors, right? I was just saying to subscribe to my video, but if you're listening to this right now on my video, you're already there, right? Like if you scream, but if you do that, I'm gonna cut it out. So we just do this, you know. Everyone's not. I picked this class because y'all were chill, so don't be that way. Let's just. All right. So number one, draw a segment. Now I'll show you how I do it on a random scratch sheet of paper, but you're doing it on your warm-up sheet, right? Now it's said to first of all draw a segment AB. So for the warm-up, did you just draw a random segment AB? Okay. Now to copy that, we learned this yesterday. Who was not here yesterday? So yeah. So yesterday, this is what we did. I think I already showed you, but just in case, everybody, to copy a segment, you draw a long segment and put a point at the end, right? I'll label this one A. And then I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to measure. Remember, measure is not in degrees. It's not in centimeters. It's not in inches. It's with a compass. So I'm going from pointy point to pencil point. So I'm measuring like this, so then I can bring it down to this A and make a mark. And wherever that mark is, wherever it crosses, that's my new B. So I can take a segment and I can copy it, no problem. Okay, so everyone did that on their warm-up? So, moving on. I want you to look at where we left off yesterday. So, the beginning of yesterday, and by the way, so I don't have to say this again, this is new stuff, so I don't want headphones in our ears, please. Even if you, quote-unquote, can hear me or aren't playing music, both of which I don't believe. So I don't want headphones in your ears, please. Please. Thank you. So, on your notes, the front said this, constructions, right? We did this yesterday, and then we stopped right here, right? Now, real quick, 2CD, if you were trying to make segment 2CD, all you would do is measure CD up here and mark it twice on one line, okay? So I'm going to leave that either for you to do or not do, but you get the idea. We need to move on to the second page. So right now, I want everyone to look at bisect a segment, okay? Now, what does bisect mean? What does it mean? What? What'd you say? Okay. So, in the name, bisect, cut. Cut into two equal parts, okay? Or cut in half. So what does a bisector do? Cuts it in half, right? Like some of y'all's headphones need to be cut in half, you know? All right, just kidding. Now, if we're cutting a segment in half, we're bisecting it, or we're going to find that midpoint using a perpendicular bisector. Cool? So, look at these instructions. First step says to what? Draw an arc. Okay? Now, put past halfway. You need to make an arc that's past half of the segment. Okay, so you can write that down if you didn't already. Now, whatever you mark from one side, you're going to draw a second arc, same measurement from the other side. So same length, or same, let's put same, whatever. Okay, and then, do you see how they cross and they make this, kind of looks like a football or something? Or kind of looks like a Jesus fish? Okay. Look. I don't know what it's called. Ichthus. You ever heard that word? Oh. All right. Well, in the Greek, I-X-O-Y-E. Okay. It's an acronym. Actually, I'll let you Google it. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. But it's just a little history lesson. Okay. So all that to say, once you have that little shape, you're going to connect that point to that point with the ruler. With the straight edge. Yeah, so these arcs need to be the same from each side. Okay, so everyone's head up. let's do this down here. I'm going to do it, and then you're going to show me how you can do it on the bottom. So, first step, draw an arc past halfway. Okay, so I'm going to put my pointy point on one end point, pointy point, and I'm going to put the pencil past halfway. Okay, you can do this with me if you want. Okay, y'all, hey, so past halfway. Now, let me tell you real quick. Does anybody write literally vertically with their pencil? Now, you might, but, and I don't want to have to say this again. I'm trying to do these notes. I need y'all to be quiet. Thank you so much. So again, we don't write vertically. We tend to, oh yeah. So it'll be back here in a second if all goes well. I think it got like bumped and disconnected. Or did it? This is called dead air. There it goes. Okay. And we're back. Okay, so again, follow with me. Everyone, follow with me. You go past halfway. And again, you don't write vertically, typically. So when you do this, I would lean it at an angle, okay? And you're going to make an arc. And again, pro tip, the easiest way to make these arcs is to rotate your paper. Okay? So you don't even have to move your pencil, you just rotate your paper. Cool? So if whatever you did from one side, don't change it. Go to the other side and make the same arc. These arcs need to be big, okay? And you can start doing this right now. So everyone's doing this, right? Did you do it? Okay. Now, last step. This intersection and this intersection, what do? Draw a line segment, okay? If I don't see that line, I don't know how you got the point in the middle, okay? What do you call that point right there? Midpoint. Close. It is a point in the middle, but it's called a midpoint. So I'll call it M for midpoint. So, segment AM is congruent to segment MB. Okay? I want you to try to bisect the one on the bottom. Show me you can do it right now. Real quick, on number 4, what is 4 asking us to do on the back of this? It says to divide the segment into 4 congruent parts. So let me show you on number 6, how to do that. So I'm going to go past halfway, make an arc, make an arc. It's very light. I don't know if y'all can see that. So from here through here. Okay. Now, if that gives me 2 equal parts, how do I get 4 equal parts? Cut each of these in half. Okay? The same exact way. So, well, ideally you would have already done them. But I know you can do them. If you did the front side, you can do 4 and 5 same exact way. But number 6 is asking us to cut it in half and then cut the halves in half. So all right. So we have 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Whether you're done with that or not, we need to move on. So let's go ahead and go to copying an angle. Now, this can be the hardest one. It has some steps that are confusing. So I want to reiterate and stress that everyone's watching me and following along. Okay. So make sure you do this using the same tools that I'm doing along the way. Okay. So again, everybody, look right here. Everyone in the back. We're doing copying an angle, so please follow me. So look right here. We have an angle on step 1. Our first step is to draw a segment, okay? Now, once you draw a segment, you're going to draw any arc, but it has to match. So they drew an arc on the original angle, and they drew an arc on the new segment. Same arc. Then what they do for the next part is that they measure and mark. They measure this from CB, they make a little mark to make an X, and their last step is to draw a ray through that X. Now, we could read this, or I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So you can still read that if you want, but I want you to watch me do this. I'm going to do each step slowly, and you're going to do it with me. Cool? Step 1 said what? Draw a segment. So here's an angle. Everybody draw a segment next to it. And put a little endpoint on the left side. Now, anybody stuck? I mean, so far, so good? Second thing it says to do is draw arcs. Now, any arc will do, but they have to match on both sides. So here's what you're doing, okay? Watch me first. Doesn't matter what it is, I'm going to make an arc through this angle, and I'm going to come over here and make the same arc. Okay? So, again, I'm making an arc on this side. Doesn't matter what size it is, but it does matter that this one has to match. Okay? So everyone's doing this. Right? So again, I made an arc over here, and I'm going to make a same arc over here. Make it big. Okay? It needs to be just as large as this one over here. Okay, so I just did that, matching with this. This matches this. And again, make it big. Make it, the bigger the better. So what did we do? First we drew a line, then we made 2 arcs, one on each side. Now this next part, people get stuck on. Is everyone looking up here? What you need to do is you need to measure and mark. So here's what you're going to do. Put a point right here for these two intersection points. These 2 points you need to measure with your compass. Okay? So watch me do it. I'm going to put my pointy point on one intersection and my pencil point on another intersection. You might have to change it, but that's fine. Is everyone measuring this right now? I want to see your compasses measuring that arc. You need a new one? Go get it. In that green bin where you picked it up on the way in. You can get, there's another one in there. Okay, so I measured this, and then you pick it up, and you're going to put your pointy point at this intersection. That way you can make an X. Okay, you need to, again, take this measurement, move it to this intersection, and lightly draw an X. This intersection point is what we need. Okay. Now I can draw a line from this endpoint through that intersection point, from this to this. So when you do these, if you just draw a random angle that looks the same, I know it's wrong because I am looking for this, this, and this. If I don't see those 3 marks, you didn't do it right. And if I see them that you just randomly marked them, it's very obvious that you didn't do it right, okay? So again, just do it right, everything's good. Cool. So again, I want everyone to make those angles, flip it over, try it on your own, okay? All right, real quick. We got to do this bisect an angle. You'll see. So, what does bisect mean again? Cut in half. First step is to draw an arc, any arc. Your second step is to draw 2 arcs from each side that are the same. And then your last step is to draw a line through that X. That'll cut it right in half. So let me just show you, and then you can do it. This one's not as hard as the last one, okay? Ready? Everyone watching? Okay, I'm going to make an arc, any arc, right? Is everyone watching? We don't have time to waste. Watch. Okay, you're going to make an arc that goes through both sides, both rays. Okay. Now, you can change this if you want. Okay, that's fine. But these two, from each side, you're going to make a mark, and it's going to make an X. But they have to match. So I'm going to do it from this side, make a little mark, do it from the other side. Sorry, make a little mark. It's like a curvy looking X, right? And that's down the middle. So all you got to do now, connect this to this. If I don't see all 3 of those arcs, you didn't do it right. So you can't just randomly draw it down the middle. So everybody, go ahead and do that now. Show me you can do it on that one and then on the back, okay? There's 3 more to do.